A big focus at the moment, another Hindu man has been beaten to death in Bangladesh days after Deepu Chandradas was lynched and his body was set ablaze. Amid the widespread unrest in Bangladesh over the death of student leader Sharif Osman Hadi, the BNP, the Bangladesh Nationalist Party acting chief Tarique Rahman, by the way, marked his homecoming on Thursday. My colleague Ankit Tyagi has been tracking the latest developments as far as Dhaka and New Delhi are concerned. He joins us live at the moment. Ankit, it's over to you for the latest updates from Dhaka.
Thank you, Parmeshwar. Very good morning, viewers. We are coming to you live from Dhaka at this moment. With what you see behind me is one of the very important metro station, the Shahbag metro station of Dhaka. And these are the few double-decker buses that are still left here, which ply on the streets of Dhaka. Now, of course, remember, we are coming to you live at a time when the tensions, both political and religious tensions in Bangladesh are at an all-time high. And coupled with that, the relationship which is at this moment on a very crucial juncture between New Delhi and Dhaka, we are trying to get you a sense of what not just the minorities are feeling, but in a whole, because there are a lot of intellectuals in Dhaka who believe that the government of the moment, the Yunus government, has not done enough to ensure a sense of safety for the minorities, and just not for the minorities, but also the intellectual class of Dhaka in the face of rising extremism in this country. I want to very quickly also tell you that yesterday marked, as Parmeshwar was telling us, Amrit Mandal was killed, another Hindu. But the government came out very, very strongly and said that his murder, his mob lynching is nothing to do with a communal angle. In fact, they had gone out and warned that if people are spreading that kind of news, they will be taken, they'll take strict action against them. They say that this man had he was a criminal antecedents. There were cases against him, and because he had gone for an alleged extortion bid, he was killed there by the people. Now, the important thing to note here is that even if we go by what the government is saying, coming at the back of what happened to Deepu Chandradas, and then of course where I'm standing, just a few kilometers in the other direction, is where the flyover is, or the market where a bomb blast took place on the eve of Christmas, killing one person. So if you couple all these things, it gives you a sense, ladies and gentlemen, that there is a sense of fear and a spiraling law and order situation in Bangladesh. Even if it was a criminal who was killed by the mob, the question is, what is the police and the administration in Bangladesh doing? Now, yesterday, of course, was the return of Tarique Rahman, the son of former Prime Minister, and he came back and he also said that he will reach out to every community. Important thing is Sheikh Hasina, who is, of course, in exile from Bangladesh, has hit out at the Yunus government over its failure to try and curb this kind of violence. I first want to play out because what is happening in Bangladesh is specifically having a lot of repercussion and reverberance in India, and especially in pole-bound West Bengal. This is where Shubhendu Adhikari, the leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party, has made this a big issue. This is what he has said.
वो एक्सट्रीमिस्ट जमाती का हाथ में वो कोई सरकार नहीं है, कानून नहीं है, इसलिए वहाँ देश के अंदर से भी करना चाहिए, विश्व समाज को भी आगे आना चाहिए। और हम लोग बंगाली हिंदू के नाते, वो हमारी दीपू बंगाली भाई है, उनका परिवार का साथ एक हिंदू को होने के नाते पूरा देश उसका साथ खड़ा हुआ है।
There is massive outrage in India, and now, of course, a lot of celebrities and prominent people in the country also speaking about the attack on the religious minorities. And of course, after the killing of Deepu Chandradas, there is a sense of anger as well. A lot of celebrities, including actor Janhvi Kapoor, have spoken about this. First, take a look at what Indian celebrities are saying about the situation here in Bangladesh.
The horrific killing of Deepu Chandradas a Hindu garment factory worker in Bangladesh, has triggered widespread condemnation from the entertainment industry. Das was allegedly beaten by a mob, tied to a tree and set on fire in Bangladesh's Mymensingh district over accusations of blasphemy. The brutality of the act has sent shockwaves across social media. Actor Janhvi Kapoor was among the first high-profile celebrities to react. In a strongly worded Instagram post, she called the incident barbaric and a slaughter, urging people not to look away. What is happening in Bangladesh is barbaric. It is a slaughter and not an isolated incident. If despite all of this you feel no rage, then it is exactly the kind of hypocrisy that will destroy us. Janhvi also warned against selective outrage, saying extremism in any form must be condemned before humanity is lost. Adding to the growing chorus, actor Kajal Agarwal shared an Instagram story that also went viral. All eyes on Bangladesh Hindus. Wake up Hindus, silence won't save you, she posted. Her post sparked intense debate online, with many praising her for speaking up on a sensitive international issue, while others questioned the role of celebrities in political and human rights discourse. Singer Tony Kakkar too mentioned Deepu Das' lynching in his song.
दीपू चंद्रदास की कोई बात करे, जिम्मेदार लोगों से सवालात करे, ऐसे धर्म के नाम पे मार काट सही है क्या? हिंदू मुस्लिम ना कोई जात पात करे, ऊपर वाला भी देख रहा है रो रहा है, उसकी दुनिया में क्या क्या हो रहा है, अश्लीलता की बातों से कुछ होगा नहीं, उसकी जान चली गई कोई तो बात करे। तू ऐसा है तुझसे ये सब जलते हैं, वो खाली है बेकार है बस बातें ही करते।
Activists say the incident highlights a worrying pattern of violence against religious minorities and are calling for swift justice and stronger protections.
बांग्लादेश में टीपू चंद्रदास नाम के एक मासूम हिंदू भाई को भीड़ ने मिलकर मार डाला। क्या यही वो नया बांग्लादेश? ये मामूली हिंसा नहीं है, यह सरासर लिंचिंग है, सीधा सनातन धर्म पर और हिंदुत्व पर प्रहार है।
गाजा या फिलिस्तीन में होता है तो सब लोग बाहर आते हैं, लेकिन जब बांग्लादेश में एक निष्पाप हिंदू को मारा जाता है तब कोई बाहर नहीं आता। ये बड़ी दुख की बात है, बहुत दुख की बात है, बट मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि समय ही इसका जवाब देगा, ऐसा मुझे लगता है।
As outrage continues to mount, celebrity voices have amplified attention to the case. NDTV Bureau Report.
Now, despite all the unrest which is going on here in Bangladesh and, of course, the growing anti-India sentiments, yesterday when I was in fact just trying to get around the city, this is the wedding season here in Bangladesh, and a lot of places I heard a lot of Hindi songs being played despite all the outrage, which is more than anything else a manufactured kind of sentiment which is taking place by a certain section of the backed by Jamaat and extremists here in Bangladesh. But the situation and, of course, the killing of the minorities has a reverberance, as far as the Indian artists are concerned, as you were seeing many of the celebs going out and condemning it. Renowned vocalist Ustad Rashid Khan's son, Arman Khan, who was supposed to come to Bangladesh for a concert, has now cancelled his event. He's not coming here. And he spoke to my colleague Parmeshwar just a short while back. Take a look.
Your first reaction on the entire unrest brewing in the neighborhood and your reaction on minorities especially being targeted.
मैं यही बोलूंगा, एक तो आजकल जो ये चल रहा है धर्म को लेके, इंसान अगर धर्म के बारे में आप सोचो बहुत अच्छी बात है, पर एक अच्छा इंसान आप पहले बनो और फिर धर्म को लेके आप आगे बढ़ो और उस धर्म को फिर आगे बढ़ाओ। एक अच्छा इंसान भी होना खुद में एक बहुत बड़ा धर्म है। और आज के इस जमाने में मैं सिर्फ जहां भी देख रहा हूं, मैं कहीं भी टेलीविजन खोलूं, मैं अपडेट्स दूं अपने फोन में, हर कोई अपने धर्म को बेच रहा है सर्वश्रेष्ठ करके, चाहे वो मुसलमान हो या हिंदू हो। मैं यही विनती करूंगा कि आप अपने धर्म को पहले समझिए कि आपका धर्म क्या बोलता है। अपने धर्म को बिना जाने आप अगले के धर्म को आप प्लीज नीचा ना दिखाएं। और ये मैं दोनों पक्षों को बोल रहा हूं, किसी एक पक्ष को नहीं।
Arman, do you think more artists like you should speak out and take a stand regarding this matter?
ये चुप्पी नहीं साधनी चाहिए, क्योंकि ये वो वक्त नहीं है कि जहां आप चुप बैठो। वहां पे हिंदू मारे जा रहे हैं, उनको बेरहमी से मारा जा रहा है। वो ये मत देखो कि वो हिंदू है या मुसलमान है, आपको देखना चाहिए कि वो एक इंसान है। सबसे पहले इंसानों का कत्लेआम किया जा रहा है रास्ते पे, लोगों के सामने, और लोगों को कुछ फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा है। और मैं सीरियसली बोल रहा हूं, अगर हमारे फिल्म इंडस्ट्री जो बॉलीवुड है उनमें से कुछ लोग अगर आए उठ के और इस बात को आगे रखे तो शायद कुछ बात बने। क्योंकि बॉलीवुड ऐसी एक दुनिया है जहां दुनिया के लोग उनके एक्टर्स को, यहाँ के एक्टर्स को प्यार करते हैं, तो उनकी बातों का एक अलग मायने होता है, एक अलग वजन होता है। और उनके जितने फैंस हैं दुनिया भर में या बांग्लादेश में भी हैं, वो सुनेंगे और शायद कुछ उपाय निकले। पर ये जिस तरह से कत्लेआम हो रहा है सड़कों पे, ये एक्सेप्टेबल नहीं है। अभी कुछ देर पहले ही मेरे पास न्यूज आई कि कुछ देर पहले भी सेम एक इंसिडेंट हुआ है।
Now, like I have been saying since yesterday, one very important development in Bangladesh, and of course, with respect to the upcoming elections, is the return of Tarique Rahman, the son of former Prime Minister, the heir apparent, of course, of one of the most powerful political dynasty of Bangladesh, and also the acting president of BNP. Something very interesting happened yesterday in the Jamaat, and it has erupted in a big way in Bangladesh. Some controversial remarks by Jamaat-e-Islami aligned lawyer targeting India and Bangladesh, and also Nationalist Party leader Tarique Rahman, the Bangladesh Nationalist Party leader. Now, Jamaat-e-Islami linked barrister Shahryar Kabir has alleged that Tarique Rahman is betraying his father and accepting India's conditions. Now, he has also said that death was near those who sided with India. Now, this is by some being seen as a blatant threat. For the others, it is being seen as a sign of frustration as far as the Jamaat is concerned as they prepare for the upcoming elections. Muhammad Yunus is a local journalist here in Bangladesh who is joining me at the moment on the broadcast. Thank you so much for speaking to NDTV. I want to begin by asking you, how important is the return of Tarique Rahman at the time when people were seeing more or less a political vacuum with Awami League nowhere to be found, BNP now their acting chief coming back after 17 years. How important is this in the context of the things at this moment?
Thank you very much for having me. Actually, it's very much important in the sense that you already mentioned that Awami League is not on the ground now. So there is after Awami League, the main political party is Bangladesh Nationalist Party, BNP. And BNP's chairperson, Khaleda Zia, a former Prime Minister, she is very sick. So now the whole party is looking for a leader who can drive this political party ahead of the country's national election. So in that sense, Tarique Rahman is very much important, and Tarique Rahman, without Tarique Rahman, this party actually can't go, because there are some inter-division, inter-conflict. So they need a leader who is acceptable to all the partymen. And without Tarique Rahman, there is no alternative leader. So his returning is very much important at this moment, especially ahead of the country's national election.
I want to speak to you about what Jamaat-e-Islami leader Barrister Shahryar Kabir has also said. But before that, I want to play out for our viewers what he has said. And then, of course, we'll get a reaction on it.
ভারতের কাছে দস্তখত দিয়ে যদি এই দেশে আসেন, তাহলে আপনার মৃত্যুর সন্নিকটে। আপনার বাবা রক্তের সাথে তাহলে আপনি বেইমানি করতেছেন, আপনার মায়ের রক্তের সাথে আপনি বেইমানি করতেছেন। আপনার বাবা তালপট্টি দিয়ে দেয়নি বলে শেখ হাসিনাকে এখানে ঢুকানোর 17 দিনের মাথায় আপনার বাবাকে হত্যা করা হয়েছে। আপনার বাবা পানি চুক্তির আন্ডারে ফারাক্কাকে বলছিল উড়িয়ে দিবে, আপনার মা এই পানির দাবিতে ইউএন পর্যন্ত গেছিল, সেজন্য আপনার মাকে কিন্তু ক্ষমতা থেকে কিভাবে চলে গেছে। আর আমার ধারণা আপনার মাজার ব্যথা এখনো যায়নি। যদি মাজার ব্যথা এখন অনুভব করে থাকেন, বিশ্বাস করেন না ইন্ডিয়াকে, বিশ্বাস করছেন তো মরছেন।
Congressman, also, we heard a statement coming in from Jamaat-e-Islami leader, Barrister Shahryar Kabir. In fact, he went on to say that he made some allegations. He said Tarique Rahman has been shifting towards India. He's tilting towards India. He has accepted India's conditions. And he also went on to say he's betraying his father's legacy. Why do you see Jamaat, in fact, making such statements? Isn't it a blatant threat?
Actually, Shahryar Kabir, he frequently go to television talk show. He is not actually any such kind of designated leader of Jamaat-e-Islami. So personally, he very often says many things. That's not actually the political statement of Jamaat, number one. Number two, after the fall of Sheikh Hasina, you know that the people actually were waiting for BNP. But the youth who took part in the uprising last year, actually the main allegation against Sheikh Hasina was corruption or demolishing a democratic system of the country. So people were frustrated to Hasina for that reason. But unfortunately, after the fall of Sheikh Hasina, some people across the whole country who are in the politics of BNP, they involved in extortion and other crimes. So in this situation, actually Jamaat take the opportunity and Jamaat gain people's faith that, okay, you have seen Awami League, you have seen BNP, so please give us an opportunity so that we can serve you. And Jamaat is also very often saying and trying to gain the support of the people, saying that, okay, once upon a time we had two ministries and we had two ministers, they were corruption free. So
is there a worry about the extremist elements of Jamaat? Is that a worry for the people in Bangladesh, and also we saw media being attacked, offices being burnt? Is that a worry as well?
Actually, that's a very big question sounding everywhere. But fact is that Jamaat is claiming that those who attacked, for example, Daily Star, the leading English newspaper, or Prothom Alo, they were youth who took part in the last year's uprising. Maybe some Jamaat supporters there, but you can't say that that was sponsored by Jamaat. Actually, fact is not that. Even Jamaat also issued a statement condemning that attack. So Jamaat is politically very matured now, though they have allegation that, okay, they were anti-liberation force, they took part in favor of Pakistan in 1971. But after that, Jamaat, through their political activities, they are trying to gain public support.
An image makeover of sorts as far as Jamaat is concerned. Thank you so much for speaking to me. I'll keep coming back to you. I want to very quickly, because we are talking about Tarique Rahman, I want to show you, ladies and gentlemen, when he came yesterday, and you would see there those posters of Tarique Rahman. In fact, from the airport, yesterday when we came out and all the way here at Main's places in Dhaka, Tarique Rahman's poster, his supporters wearing those T-shirts were on the street. This is being seen as a very important moment, as I've been saying, in the current context of Bangladesh, in the politics of Bangladesh, as Muhammad Kamaruzaman was also telling us, for BNP to stay united and, of course, present a big challenge, because there are surveys which have been conducted by some bodies which put them as a party which could win the maximum number of seats in elections of February. His return, and then, of course, he yesterday went and met his ailing mother in the hospital, would be a very crucial factor. If BNP wins, Tarique Rahman could be the future Prime Minister of Bangladesh.
I have a plan.
Violence on the streets, protests spreading nationwide, buildings torched. Bangladesh is slipping into crisis, and the interim government led by Muhammad Yunus is struggling to contain it. And now, a return that changes everything. After nearly 17 years in exile, Tarique Rahman, the political heir of Khaleda Zia and the face of the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, stepped foot on his homeland, a deeply polarizing figure. His arrival comes at a decisive moment as radical Islamists are taking control of the country, while Muhammad Yunus's unelected interim government faces questions of legitimacy. Bangladesh is at an inflection point.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Landing in Dhaka, Rahman thanked Yunus for facilitating his return. Seen as the top contender to become the next Prime Minister, thousands flocked to the streets of Dhaka to catch a glimpse of the man who could be their next leader. Rahman struck a chord of unity, saying the country must come together. Invoking Martin Luther King Jr.'s "I Have a Dream," Rahman said, "I have a plan to fix the country." And he vowed justice for the murder of student leader Osman Hadi.
মার্টিন লুথার কিং তার একটি বিখ্যাত ডায়লগ আছে, আই হ্যাভ এ ড্রিম। আজ এই বাংলাদেশের মাটিতে দাঁড়িয়ে আপনাদের সকলের সামনে আমি বলতে চাই, বাংলাদেশ জাতীয়তাবাদী দলের একজন সদস্য হিসাবে আপনাদের সামনে আমি বলতে চাই, আই হ্যাভ এ প্ল্যান for the people of my country.
Rahman has lived in London in exile since 2008, convicted in multiple corruption cases. Charges, he says, were politically motivated. He claims the previous Hasina government even attempted to assassinate him through torture. With the Awami League banned from contesting the polls, the political field has narrowed. The BNP now dominates. Former ally Jamaat-e-Islami stays out, watching, waiting. Bangladesh's political landscape has shifted. The stakes are high, and with Tarique Rahman's return, the battle for the country's future has entered a new and uncertain phase. And for New Delhi, it stays alert, watching its once closest ally carefully. Disha Bagchi for NDTV.
Dhaka is ripe with a lot of expectation. There is a lot of hope as well of things, of better things to come. But what happened in 2024 and since then, the situation, how it has prevailed, has also sowed the seeds of doubts in many people, especially those who are questioning the rise of fundamentalism and, of course, the attack on their minority communities in what constitutionally is a secular country. I'll keep getting you the latest from the ground here in Dhaka with my colleague Momin. At this moment, back to my colleague Parmeshwar in studio in New Delhi.
So much for joining us with the latest developments from Ground Zero. We'll continue to revert to you for regular updates.